Eagles, and I saw like a jillion eagles. I didn't have any idea that Homer, Alaska was on the ocean. It had a beach that was crawling up into it, except for the water was all pretty icy, kind of. You could hear it crashing into itself. And they had this stretch of sand, but you couldn't really get a tan or anything. And I'm sitting there with the promoter and look down the sand, and this is honest to God truth. In fact, almost everything I tell you tonight has been true. So I'm looking down the sand, and I see this house. It's kind of a house, but it's more like a tent kind of duct taped to this trailer. It looked like it might be a little damaged, you know. There's some beech wood all nailed into the side of it. And so I said to the promoter, I said, hey, Mr. Promoter, who lives down there? And he said, I don't know, we shouldn't go down there. I said, are you telling me you got a bad part of town? He said, I don't care what you call it, I ain't going down there. There was about 8 of these little houses like that, so he drives me back to the hotel, and I put on a bigger coat and I walked down there by myself. I got to the door there and I knocked on it, and this guy opened up. He had a beard out past his shoulders and hair every fucking place. He says, holy shit, it's the singer. He said, come on in. So we came in and we sat around in a little circle around this old wood stove, and we played John Bryan songs. And he had, like I said, he had a beard out past his shoulders, and he had a lot of other guys with him that kind of had beards out past their shoulders, and they had some chicks too. Their beards was considerably smaller. It seemed like if the Manson family had never been caught, and they were still blowing J's around the So we sung for a while, and then I remembered I had to play later that night, so I said, hey, I better go, you know. I said, hey, Digger Dave, why don't you come down to the show and see me sing tonight? And he said, and all his Manson family cronies kind of started laughing, you know. I said, what did I say that was so funny? They said, well, there's 7 bars total in Homer, Alaska. And Digger Dave ain't been allowed in any of them in over 12 years. I said, well, shit, I'm the singer. Maybe I can hook it up. So I called the bar, and honest to God, they told me I had to call the mayor, who just happened to be the owner of another bar. He said as long as I was willing to pay for whatever happened, Digger Dave could come. I was like, God damn, he seems so calm in his house. But I'll cover it. So I do my show, and it was a lot different than tonight. Yeah, I appreciate y'all paying attention to me. When I was playing up there in Homer, Alaska, they'd just kind of chat amongst themselves, and then when the song would get over, they'd politely cheer, you know. It's like playing Fridays or something. And then right in the middle of the show, I was right in the middle of this song, Moondawg's Tavern, and door comes wide open, and there's Digger Dave and all his friends. Got a fucking standing ovation. The next day, on the radio, the guy on the radio says, you should have seen the show down at the Armory last night. Never mentioned me or a word about any music I made. He said, you know, they let Digger Dave in. Apparently he knows the singer. singing and picking again with all his friends. He said, you know, you played a song tonight that nearly changed my life. I said, what is it? Hoping it was something kind of heavy. He said, you know that song about that friend of yours that had so many bars that kicked him out? He finally built one in his own yard.